Welcome back to another episode of 816 Outdoors. Today we are fishing the pond again. Don't have a whole lot of time like always, but I think that the fish are going to be spawning now and definitely on beds for sure. And I think that maybe now, since it's been a little bit longer, they're going to be munching. They're not going to want stuff on their bed, so we're going to go see if we can sight fish and catch some of those. Stay tuned. All right, I'm all rigged up and heading down to the water. I'm going to try the spot over here where we've seen fish. Actually, there might be people there. And there's a bunch of algae over there, so we're gonna see if we can't catch one on that spot. If not, it's no big deal. There's a couple other spots I want to try. Actually, we're gonna try right here. I have a Texas rigged bandito bug, and then I have a crack and crawl and a jig. That's what I'm going with today. I think we're gonna have some success. Stay tuned and we'll see if we can get one. All right, I've spotted the first bass. He's a little guy, but it'll be good practice to get used to casting to him and seeing his reaction. So when we get down to the bigger bass, then I'll have a little bit more experience for today. I'll be in the groove a little bit more. He was not interested in eating, so we're gonna move a little bit further down and move on to the next. I don't wanna waste a lot of time on one of them because there's so many fish spawning here. No luck with this one either. We're gonna keep moving down. It's a little bit windy, so we may not have much luck, and the audio is probably not very good right now. I'm sorry about that. I don't know how well you guys can tell, but there's just a bunch of bluegill down here. Just like, I don't know what they're doing. They're just swimming around, acting all weird. It almost looks like they're on a stringer, but they're not, that I see. All right, I'm gonna call it a day for right now. I might be back tomorrow, and I'll just include that in this video, so you guys may get a two-part video. Hopefully we can get something. It's supposed to rain tonight, so I was thinking maybe before the rain they'd get something, but who knows, maybe they'll bite after the rain. It's only gonna rain in the morning, so maybe tomorrow afternoon we might have some luck. All right, it is the next day. I am heading back to the pond. Last night it rained, and it was going to, so we're gonna see if we can catch one of those fish. All right, we are gonna use a little white bait this time. One, because there's a big old frog right there. One, because I broke off and didn't want to tie on another one. Two, because I lost my jigs. And three, because I couldn't see last time and now I want to see. We're going to cast this in there, see if we can't catch one on a bed. Alright, we didn't have any luck this time at this pond. I didn't really fish it very much. Probably only like 30 minutes. But I'm running out of daylight a little bit, and there's one more pond I want to try to go to. There's a lot of bluegill biting in here. There's a pond I like to go to where I catch some bluegill, and I'm going to use it on the fly rod, so you guys will get your first experience with me and the fly rod. I love fishing for bluegill using my fly rod. It gives me good practice for casting and setting the hook, and I get to use some flies that I tied myself. Here soon I might make a video about tying flies and what I do. Like I said, I'm not perfect at it, but I'm sure that it will be helpful. Maybe some of you guys. I almost run into that branch. But I hope that some of you guys can use that. It'll probably be a short video. Might just show you how I tie one or two of mine. I still have the very first fly that I caught a fish on that I tied myself. And it is one of the ugliest flies I've ever seen. But at the time, it was one of my best ones. And I caught a fish. So it kind of goes to prove that you don't need things to look the best in order to catch fish, especially when it comes to flies. Fish don't really care how nice it looks as long as it looks like something that they would eat. I'm gonna come over here and we're gonna see if we can go catch some bluegill. All right, I made it to the pond. I ran into my church leader and talked to him for a little bit. I'm glad to know he's still doing good. He's an older guy, and with this virus stuff, hope you all are staying safe as well. But now we're here. Let's see if we can catch a couple bluegill before it gets dark. All right, this is what I'm using today. I'll show you guys how to tie it in a different video, but I'm just using it weightless like this. It kind of sinks a little. I like to just peck at it. It's getting a little dark and hard to see. There's a tree over here. Yes. Hold on. There we go, got one. Came up and bit it while it was still on top. Now some people reel, like with the actual reel with fly rod. I don't. I just strip it in. I think it's easier. Alright, I'm gonna come bring this guy in and get him off. No, he swallowed it. There you go. There he is. I gotta send him back. I mentioned I hate geese. Where these geese came from. Oh, I don't know what that is. Is that a big bluegill maybe? Yeah, it's a big bluegill. Holy smokes, this is an absolute slab, guys. Holy cow. Guys, look at this bluegill. This thing is huge. Hold on a second, let me hold him in my hand. He swiped it. Not very often do you get lip a bluegill. Wow. Guys, look at this fish. This thing is huge. I mean, here's my hand and I'm touching it. Wow. This thing is crazy. This is my PB bluegill. Wow, I'm gonna send him back. He swam off like nothing happened. Alright, so I caught that one going underneath this other tree. Now, another thing about catching bluegill with these flies, I'm gonna tie quite a few of them because bluegill destroy them. But it also tests the durability and quality of your fly. Now, I've thought about making and selling flies. So you guys have to let me know if you want me to sell them. And if so, what kinds do you like? What kind of fishing do you do with the fly rod? I'll for sure make these bluegill ones because they work. Another one. I set that hook too hard, but still, there's just a little guy. Man, he munched it. There we go, number 3. Now this fly kind of suspends in the water right there, so when they bite it, I can usually see it because their tail comes up and splashes. So I just gotta focus on my casting. I haven't fly fished in a while, so my form is a little bit off. I just gotta work on it. You can just see right along there, all those little ripples are bluegill biting. I don't know if you guys can tell, but all those little tiny ripples are just little bluegill coming up and smacking it. My line's out there somewhere, so. That's gonna do it for my fishing down here. It's getting dark. I'm gonna head up to the car and I'll talk to you guys in a second. That's gonna do it for today's episode. Thank you so much for watching. I know it was a little bit all over the place, but in the end we ended up finding some bluegill and that was a lot of fun. Stay tuned for another episode probably later this week where I show you how to tie the fly that I was using to catch them on. I'm gonna do it a little bit different with some colors I know work a little bit better. Until then, stay safe and I'll catch you on another episode of 816 Outdoors. God bless.